obsessed about the World Cup. For the fourth time in 20 years, the US men's national team has made it into the round of 16. If you're a fan of football, as it's known in the rest of the world, or soccer, as it's known here, then you know that the US men's national team didn't even qualify for the World Cup in Russia in 2018. So this is exciting because not only did this team qualify, but they're actually making it out of the group stage. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind. The US men's national team is not in the same league as the US women's national team. The women's team has won 3 World Cups. The men's team has never even smelled a finals match. The US women's national team is the gold standard and the standard bearer for world football. The US men's national team, on the other hand, is simply trying to catch up. So I don't want to diminish this accomplishment because it's really important and it's really exciting. But that said, the US men's national team has a long way to go before it's anywhere near the same level as the US women's national team. That's what makes this World Cup so exciting, because this team is young, they're hungry, they're talented. A lot of them play in MLS and or in European football clubs. They're multiracial, they're passionate, and they're really exciting to watch. Beyond that, it's hard not to root for this men's team. You have to love the fact that this 2022 men's national team fought to wear One Love armbands, to support, to respect, and to promote inclusion and accessibility. And this is as much a middle finger to FIFA as it is a middle finger to Qatar, where homosexuality is illegal. So this 2022 men's national team is young, inclusive, open-minded, passionate, multiracial, and on the right side of history. And based on how they played against England, but especially against Iran, the future is incredibly bright for the US men's national team. Now, the question is, can they make it out of the stage of the 16? If you do a quick Google search, you will know that this is the 4th time this men's national team has made it to the round of 16, but they've only made it to the quarterfinals once, and they've only made it to the semifinals once, and that was like before World War II or some shit like that. So while it's great and exciting that this team has shown real evolution over the 2018 team that didn't qualify for the World Cup, at the same time, we have to be honest that the men's national team underperforms. We know that because of how excited we are that they've made it to the octafinals. Now, if this team makes it to the quarterfinals, that would be amazing. If this team fights hard against the Netherlands and loses as most pundits expect them to, that might be okay. But at this point, we expect more on the field. There's something about the beautiful game, as Pele called it. Ever since I was a boy, I've always loved football. It's the only sport I was good at. It's the only sport where I could run like crazy down the field, where I could score a lot of goals and feel in control of my destiny. It's one of the only sports that requires so much coordination and synchronicity and gracefulness and skill and beauty. It's the only game I've ever watched and played in where a 0-0 tie can be a riveting game. Both the Men's World Cup and the Women's World Cup are both phenomenal. Finally, in 2022, the men's team qualified. They have a good coach, they have a ton of talent, so maybe for the first time in a long time, this men's team is actually kind of exciting. They have a lot of potential, but unlike the women's team, they have not proven it on the field, and it's not clear yet how good they are. And yet, there's something wonderful about the fact that the men's team in 2022 has so much potential. But even if they don't, we're all better off because we get to watch all of these teams teams, whether it's Argentina or España or Nihon, battle it out on the field. I've seen some phenomenal goals, some phenomenal teamwork, some amazing footwork, and it's always a joy, even despite all of the obvious rampant human rights abuses in Qatar and the blatant exploitation of workers, none of which we should pretend didn't exist, none of which we should ignore. And yet, despite all of these issues, it's still a beautiful, gorgeous game, and this tournament is riveting. So whoever you cheer for, good luck. As for me, I'm rooting for the American team, I'm rooting for the French team, allez les bleus, and I'm rooting for Japan, of course. Nihon Ike!